Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode on Wake Us Up in the Hood. Now, if you can hear the tone in my voice, you can clearly hear that it's a day where we literally had to gain the strength to get through this day, because it is indeed one of those days that is very, very well known on the Cape Flats. And when I say well known, it has become a norm in our communities. It has become so popular in our communities that we become accustomed to having janazas and having funerals where parents are burying young people, which is not a normal thing in our society, but it has become a norm in our society indeed. And when I look at, in particular, our colored communities, this very well, yeah, a ceremony like this is a popular thing, you know. It has become so a norm that we're having parents burying children again. I can almost repeat what I'm saying the whole time, because what's happening in our communities, guys? We've lost a 17-year-old girl. Her name is Yumna. She attended Phoenix High in Manenberg, and I just wanted to have a chat with the teachers over here, but they are not in a good state to speak to us. Neither is any of the family members in a good state to be able to speak, you know, and which we totally understand. But I just wanted to, or at least wanted the viewers to have an idea of what type of person Yumna was like, you know. Now, what I'm getting from the community is that she was a very loving and caring person. You know, she didn't associate herself too much with the wrong things. She wasn't affiliated to anything that we would call any gangsterism. You know, she was just but a normal girl that just wanted to enjoy her freedom and just wanted to enjoy part of being young, you know. And Manenberg in for itself, we have highlighted over the past few weeks that there is good things that comes from Manenberg. And yes, there is good things that comes from Manenberg. It is not just what we are seeing today. There is a lot of good things and positive things that comes from Manenberg, you know. But then we still have this problem. We still have this problem, you know, where we still have no role models. We're still having the wrong people to look up to. As I'm standing here, guys, I am honestly lost of words. So Yumna was not just a girl as we know it, but she was also a sister. She was a daughter to a loving family, a loving mother, a loving father. Her dreams and hopes was totally shattered by the same ills that we have in our communities. Earlier on, we heard that she had dreams of aspirations of becoming an engineer one day. What now? Why is it that our kids, or our colored kids, cannot dream enough? Can they not achieve their dreams? Is our own lifespan determined by our own people in our own communities? A few weeks ago, we celebrated the victories of Manenberg. The victories of Manenberg. And when I say victories, I'm speaking about kids graduating from school, matric boards being celebrated in these very same communities. We highlighted all the positive things that comes out of Manenberg. And in the glimpse, the devil came. And it's almost as if it just reminded us that I'm still here to disrupt these communities. It's up to us to decide, are we going to continue to play in the hands of the devil? Or are we going to actually say, you know what, let's get rid of this illness within our communities. Let's free ourselves from the sickness and the disease in our communities. And we know what the problems is in our communities. It's time that we take the time to come together and address the illness in our communities. Now, we understand that, I think that was the candidate now, no? The DS candidate that just walked past here now. They are coming out again to campaign. I see the other parties is out here. They campaigning as if it's normal. While on the other hand, the NCC has put everything to halt and said, you know what? Let us ensure that we assist as families. Let us ensure that let us put this politics on hold, and let us ensure that we get into the communities, that we speak to the families. That is the important thing for us. Campaigning and everything was put on hold until such time when because we are mourning together, because we know that this thing is a continuous thing on the Cape Flats. But again, the political failures in our communities, in our regions, in our province, and in our country as a whole has got a massive impact on our communities, and this happenings that's taking place in our communities. This is exactly what it has come to. Political failures, political structures, governmental structures that's not been put in place. Look how overpopulated and overcrowded these communities are. People are extending their homes, having 5-6 families on top of each other, having to live like that. Overcrowded, overpopulated, frustrated because not all of us have jobs, not all of us have an income. And these are all contributing factors as to why we have these illnesses within our communities. No social development coming from the city of Cape Town run by your Democratic Alliance. No social development coming from national, run again by both the ANC and the Democratic Alliance. Now some of you might say, yeah, this is not the time to speak about politics, but let me say this to you. Politics is indeed the reason why many of these things are taking place in our communities. Because many of these politicians is affiliated to all of these things. And we've seen it this past few months. We've seen it over the years. We've seen it. It's time for us to wake up as a community. It's time for us to take charge of our own destiny, of our own future, to determine how and when our kids will be able to be free from this. It's up to us. We can overthrow this government. We can, as a people, overthrow this government. As young people, as youth, we've got the power. We need to come together and decide how and when. But if you're asking when, the when is now. The current, the now. If we want to ensure that there's a better future, there's a better Manenberg, there's a better Cape Flats, there's a better Cape Town, there's a better Western Cape, now is the time for us to take action. Now is the time for us to stand up and rise up against all these illnesses within our communities. And when I say that, we all know by now, I'm not speaking about your arthritis, your other sicknesses. No, I'm speaking about the illnesses you and I both know. Let us create a cure and let's be the solution to that illnesses. We are still in the community of Manenberg, and just behind me I have a couple of friends of Yumna, classmates, that would like to share something with the viewers in terms of what type of person she was. So let's go. Hello guys.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine.
You're right. Would you like to just say something about Yumna? How do you remember her? But first introduce yourself and then you'll just share a few words. No?
Okay.
Yeah, you can hold it.
I'm Sofika Kalas and I would like to say a few words about my friend Yumna. She was a very inspirational person and had so much for herself. She knew exactly what she wanted to be one day and she knew her goals for her future. She was a light for all of us. She was the light in the class. She was like a fire that just went off. You know, she was the sparkle for us. Without her, it feels so different because there isn't a sound, there isn't a laughter, there isn't anything for us to remember. There is memories, but we're not going to be able to hear her voice again. And we love her so much, and I hope that she's watching us from up there and we're going to make her proud. And we're all going to go to a trick. Ons gaat jou sien daar, my sister.
But there you have it, guys. This is what the friends will remember for, you know, the type of person that she was. And I don't know her personally, but I can already make up, you know, from all the stories that I've heard from the people around here, what type of person she was, you know. But again, this is not normal, man, you know, but in our communities, this has become a norm. where our parents have to bury their children, man. You know, where we feel unsafe to sit outside, to enjoy ourselves, to socialize, to go to the shops, you know, without thinking that I'm going to be shot or I'm going to be killed, you know. I hope that this is an eye-opener to our communities also, that we will rise above our circumstances and that we will stand up against this ills, man. This is an ill, this whole gun violence and gangsterism and everything. It's a sickness to our communities, man, honestly. And I hope and pray that we will come together as a community, man, and we will rise up and stand up against these injustices. Have a good day. Wake us up in the hood.
Survive elke dag omdat dit alle